What's up, y'all? Guess what? Guess what I got out here with me? Daddy Yo. And we about to be talking about these relationship goals. Y'all know it's tax season, but I'm still doing my life coaching, my love coaching, my money coaching. So Daddy is gonna be helping me get the man perspective on all this love and stuff and get y'all to start dating properly. I guess that's the best right term to use. Start dating properly.
Yeah, well, we're
Yeah,
dealing with daughter
yeah,
daddy
yeah.
relationship
Daddy daughter
today, though.
relationships. Let me get on the live and start um sharing this so the people can like it and y'all can bring the people in. But this is what we about to be talking about, y'all. So I'm gonna let Daddy have the flow because this all his thing right here. I'm just the student. I'm the student that's gonna learn too. You have hey Facebook user, it's telling me that you're a Facebook user. If you can give me your name, if you just message hello, tell me who you are and where you listening from. Are you single? Are you in a relationship and trying to you know, make that relationship better? Are you having problems in your relationship and you got questions? Y'all know me, I'm real what you call it, transparent when it comes to love and relationships. And I know a lot of times some of the stuff I say, y'all be like, what? Why she said that? That stuff be coming from him, bro. Like my mindset really do come from my daddy. So that's why people be like, oh, she's so hard and stuff like that. But a lot of that stuff come from my daddy and his teaching, just rearing me to be a better woman, and a better person, especially like even in my marriage and in my other, relationships that's not, intimate relationship, just relationships, period. So all that come from the OG right here, Daddy Yo. Go ahead, Daddy. Tell the people what you want to know. What you want them to know.
Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody who watching in and for your comments that you were going to give in the end. But first of all, I want to say that it's very important for a father to be in his daughter's life and son, but we're dealing with the daughter today. And I
Well, that
made it.
song one gonna be good. I'm sorry, y'all, but that song one gonna be good because y'all know y'all dudes be tripping. Okay, Miss Evans, you married. All right. All right. Go ahead, Daddy. I'm sorry.
Okay, and I know I made a few mistakes in life growing up, and I grew up in Miami, and got on the wrong track, went to jail a few times, prison, and but I always try to stay in contact with my children. I would write them cards from prison or jail, letters, but sometimes the woman in the situation, she cuts off the communication with the father while he's in jail or in prison, for whatever reason it may be. I'm not going to that, but I will say that that's very detrimental because from my own experience, I know a lot of young men and men in prison and jail. They want to hear from their children. They want to stay connected to their children, but the mother has a barrier there, and I don't think that's cool because you shouldn't deprive your daughter of a relationship with her father if she wants to have that relationship with her father because it means a lot to her, and you're depriving her of love she can get, some guidance, some instruction from her father. Even though he's away physically, he can still be there and present in her life through letters, through calls, through phone calls. So that's very important. So I ask all you sisters out there who are participating in such behavior, don't deny your daughter a relationship with her father if she wants that. You should do everything you can to make that happen and have them connected so he can be a presence in her life.
Okay. So what do you feel like? Okay, so I think for me as a kid with a daddy that was in prison, I think a lot of times like us as kids, like we kind of like we what's the right word to use? I don't want to use the wrong word because this is not like a mom bashing type of video. This is just talking about family in general. I think we as kids kind of we suffer the consequences for whatever issues like our parents have. So like if the father is in jail or y'all don't work out and then because y'all not together, those relationships kind of fall by the wayside because y'all can't work out y'all differences. So we kind of end up in the middle of that. Like, what can parents do better to not, involve children in y'all affairs? Like, because that has nothing to do with us. Like, how can we not be put in that situation where we got to choose? Just like the show we was watching yesterday when a lady was about to get married and it was a whole big ordeal. about her father being invited to the wedding because of the parents' issues. But the mom didn't even know that like the daughters were still having, communication with their father.
Right.
And, she was kind of like really not feeling it. Like, how can we stop allowing y'all problems to get in the way of the children's relationships? And that's both on the mom side and the dad side. Like, how can we, fix those barriers?
Well, I feel as though that's a responsibility of both parents. You have to be mature adults. Even though you may have your differences in your relationship, in your marriage, or whatever, it didn't work out. Still, you have kids together, so you have to try to maintain some type of communication between one another. Concern for the sake of your children. Being there for them and supporting them. So you have to put aside the differences and not live in the past of what y'all went through and focus on, hey, these are our children. We want the best for our children. We got to support our children any way that we can. You know what I'm saying? Me as two mature individuals.
Okay. Children need to be left out of adult issues, period. I could never keep my kids from their dad. I like that. I know that there are I guess there's certain situations like you have that small group of situations where sometimes a mom or a dad can't be in the kid's life, and as we're talking about, we're not talking about people that like abusing their kids, physically, mentally, sexual. We're not talking about those situations because we know that those situations do exist where you can't allow your child to be with that person. But when y'all just can't agree to disagree, like the kid should never be the pawn to make you feel like you're going to script that relationship away from that kid because you're having an issue with the father. And I think another thing that I see a lot as I grew up, and I see people with like friends and stuff like, yeah, right, unless abusive is involved. A lot of times you find it where we as women, we make decisions. Like we make decisions to lay down with men and have babies with men. And a lot of times more than anything, we always know what type of man we dealing with. Now there are some cases where there's special cases where he just flipped the script. But a lot of times we know who we're dealing with. Then we get these dudes that are they're not financially stable, right? So they have these babies, and then the mother is upset because he can't provide financially. So because he can't provide financially, you completely take away that physical, that emotional relationship away from the kid because of the money issue. Like, how do you deal with that?
Well, I want to speak on the issue what the sister said about children should be left out of adult issues, and I agree with you that 100%. Because me as a man, even though the women in my life who I have children from, we parted ways. When it comes to my children, I never say anything negative about their mothers. I never discuss with them issues about their mother and us, you know what I'm saying? Especially negative things that may have transpired within a relationship, and I think that's something that definitely needs to be left out of. Excuse me, y'all. That's something that definitely, as mature adults, you shouldn't um, talk to your children negative about their father or their mother. That's y'all personal issue that y'all got to deal with and resolve and try to come to some type of resolution about those issues.
I'm sorry, y'all. I had to get up. I had to go check on the kid.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, she said uh, some women to be bitter and feel like the baby daddy don't want them, then they use the kids as pawns. That's true. That's true. I agree.
yeah. That's being vindictive, and it's being very immature. When you stoop to that level to use a child and keep a child from a father's love and support just because you bitter with the father. I get it. Maybe he was abusive or whatever, and but that's still no reason for you to keep the child from him if he wasn't beating on your child and abusing your child, and that child wants to have a relationship with their father, especially a daughter, and she wants to reaching out for her dad, you shouldn't deprive her of that.
So, how important is a father-daughter relationship for a woman? For a daughter as she begin to get in her adulthood and begin to date um, and get into intimate relationships. How important is that for a daughter to have that father-daughter experience?
It's very important. It's vital. because my daughter, I have three daughters, Precious, Terencia, my baby down there in Borden, love you, baby, and my daughter Taisha. And I keep it real with my daughters, as they was growing up, when it came to relationships, and they got a young fella in their lives. So let me talk to him. You understand me? I got him on the phone, let him know, hey, what I'm saying? Don't put your hand on my daughter. You understand me? Y'all have a problem, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You walk away, you know what I'm saying? We'll get you a fresh air, whatever. You understand me? Because I never beat on my daughters. And it's very important when it came to relationship. Talk to my daughters, keeping it real, letting them know, hey, you don't have no man, just, having sex with you, and he's not trying to provide for you and take care of you because that's what he's supposed to do. You understand me? So I kept it real with my daughters, you know what I'm saying? Talk to them down early, and I let them know that, hey, I'm your dad, but talk to me. You understand me about anything. You want to talk about sex, relationship, money, whatever it is. Come talk to me, and I give them my advice about that, and try to guide them in the right way, especially with dealing with me. I let them know, hey, you don't lay down with no man for free. You understand me? Yeah, it ain't free. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be independent. You got to have something going on. You understand? The ability to take care of you. So I let them know, ain't no freebies.
He said, very, very important. My dad wasn't around, no fault of his own. I didn't hold it against him. He is deceased now. Oh, sorry for your loss.
Sorry for
Very.
your
Oh my
loss,
God.
Queen.
I can't even relate. I don't know how I would feel if I lost my daddy. So I'm very sorry for your loss. Yeah, and I do think it's important. I think even when my dad was like in jail, like he still was a parent. Like when he was able to, he like he said, he will write, he will send cards, all that stuff. And then when he got out, of course, he still was a dad. But I think something that I really want to talk about, and I know it's gonna hit because it always be like hitting when I be talking about it. And I guess because I'm a woman, and I don't know if men be feeling some type of way, but I also feel like women, like we be, I'm gonna say we, so I can make it general, like we be like jumping on the bandwagon with this whole providing thing. So I think I kind of want to hear from you because you like an OG, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to hear like from you, like how do you feel? Because you know how when I was in college and I was having boyfriends and I used to want stuff and I decided to get a boyfriend and you'd be like, don't you got a boyfriend or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And you used to be like, well, he got to figure it out. Like your king's supposed to take care of you, or you can leave him alone and then I take care of you. So how important is it for a man to actually like provide for his queen? Like, for him not, and I'm not talking about like, stuff that she don't need. I'm talking about the basics, living expenses, stuff like that. Make sure she got somewhere to lay her head, make sure she got something to eat, the basic stuff. Like how important is that, like in this year, in this time of time of the century? Like, does that still matter? Like, because people think that that's like old school. They always be like, oh, it's not the 1960s or it's not the 1950s, men ain't taking care of women like that. Like, is that even still important for women to you desire a man that's going to provide and protect and provide for her, be there for her?
Yeah, that's what a man is supposed to do. It's like with her mother. We was young. We was real young when I had our first child, my oldest daughter, Terencia, and but I stepped up as a man, out of responsibility because she had my child. You know what I'm saying? So I married her. You know what I'm saying? Me to make it a whole cohesive family. You understand me? And I provided. You know what I'm saying? I was in the street doing my little 1, 2 or whatever. At sometimes, but I provided. I made sure she was all right. You understand me? Buy clothes, jewelry. You know what I'm saying? That's what a man is supposed to do. You're supposed to take care of your queen. You know what I'm saying? You want to look good when she's stepping out, hair done, nails done, toes done. You understand me? The new outfit, shoes. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do for your queen. You want her looking good and you love and you respect her. So I always catered to the women in my life. I mean, that's the kind of man that I am. Want to be comfortable and take care of them. But I also appreciate the strong, independent black woman who wants to also, you know what I'm saying, be stand on her own 2 feet and be able to do things for her man also, which a woman should too sometimes. A man want to be appreciated too.
Right.
Get a gift some time from his queen. You understand me? Maybe take him out to dinner on me tonight, baby. You feel me? A man wants that too to show he's appreciated.
Okay. Miss Evans said, I'm my father's only daughter and I'm 34 years old. Always wanted a father-daughter relationship, but he doesn't show emotions. How can I continue to work on that relationship if he doesn't know how to show emotion?
Well, that's something that, baby girl, you have to sit down with and open up to him your true feelings about how maybe it's hurting you because he doesn't open up to you and you want to be closer to him. It's like the other night, me and my daughter was talking and she shared with me how it really hurt her when I went to jail or prison because she wanted her daddy there, and how it really just messed her up, and had her depressed and stuff. So, and I had to, it brought tears to my eye. I said, I'm sorry, baby. I know what I'm saying. Forgive me, for hurting you, for not being there. So you have to sit down and talk with him and open up and let him know the pain that is causing you by him not being open with you and embracing you. And maybe you'll be able to break through that barrier then, and maybe he'll open up and become closer with you.
Is there some things she can do like to help him with that? Like maybe like give him more hugs or call him more. Or like you know how when you not here with me, you text me every morning and be like, "Hey, baby, I love you," coffee, stuff like that. Maybe she can kind of like do that with him.
Well, that may work, but some men are introverted. You know what I'm saying, man? They go into a shell within themselves. They don't know how to express themselves in a loving way. So it's something you have to work on first. Beginning is to open up, letting them know that, hey, I love you, Dad. I want you to open up to me. I want to be able to talk to you about anything that comes in my life, about sex, relationship, finances, whatever. I want you to be there for me. And you got to begin to break those barriers down and let him know exactly how you feeling and what you want from him as a dad.
Okay, I like that. Next comment, y'all. We talking about daddy-daughter relationship love. Drop them comments. Okay, but because the time we living in, it takes two income to live comfortably unless you have a real good job or a business owner. And see, I don't really like when we say that because I'm the type of woman, regardless if I decided to be with the man that's making the $8 an hour man or the man that's making $30 an hour man, I'ma live within his means. So at the end of the day, when you meet that man, he should already be standing on his 2 feet. So if he already making $8 a hour, he already should be able to make a living in his own house, even if it's a studio. He already paying his light bills. These are necessities. These are natural things that he has to already be doing before you get into a relationship. I think a lot of times we jump into these relationships off of, and we think about potential, the potential. I'm a firm believer in allowing that man to get himself together. So when he get with you, he's not too stressed out trying to figure out himself in you. But if you meet him at that $8 amount, making that $8 an hour, you can live off that with him. But a lot of women choose not to live off that with him. Not saying that you don't have your own money to help him, but that basics, you shouldn't be trying to split no rent with no dude. I ain't splitting no, like my daddy always tell me, nah, you laying up in that house, that dude need to take care of that. Like, or you can go back to your own house. So when he decided he want to remove you from what you already doing, he is already telling you that that's what he's going to do, which is the basic. You may not be able to get your nails done in the first 3 years or whatever, because he only make $8 an hour, but you got somewhere to lay your head, you got food and you got lights, but you may not be able to take no trips or anything like that. So it just depends on what you sign up for. If you signed up for that, then you need to be able to make that work, because that's what you signed up for, period. Even when my husband, changed jobs, he was getting his PhD, and we still lived off that one income, and I was still working. My money was to be saved for those rainy days, but we lived comfortably within that salary that he was making. So it can happen. You just got to be the woman to say, okay, is this something that I really want to get into, and have to actually be pulling the other end of him, something that he should have already had before he came talk about trying to make you his woman. Because I'm gonna say this, y'all might not like it. I'm that type of woman. If I got to split the rent, don't be mad where I get my half from. Period. You open that door. Don't get mad where the other part come from, because you open that door for to get it. Because you did that. Period. So you got to be very, very, very careful with that. Because you can get it if you want it. You just got to look for the right signs when you getting into these relationships with people.
Okay.
Wait, this one says, you want to say something on this?
Yeah, let me say a little something on that. About the financial situation. I grew up in a house where my dad was never there. He was a criminal. You understand me? Good man, but he was a criminal. Wasn't never there. But my mom raised me, and my grandma, but basically my mom. And what I remember the most, we didn't have a lot. You understand me? At a point in time in my life, but my mom always gave me love. I was always loved. You understand me? It didn't matter to me about no big house or big car. A kid ain't concerned about that. A kid is concerned about the love you give them, the attention you give them, the time you spend with them, nurturing them. And that's what I remember most about my mother. She was always there for me, loving me, being there for me, supporting me, taking care of me. So, I mean, you may have a financial situation in your home where, y'all are struggling, but don't let that get you off the focus of your child. You know, understand me, and giving love to your child and being there for them.
Because a lot of women end up having to work 2 and 3 jobs to take care of their kids. So then they do take away from them being able to do that. Like you got women, they have babies, and in 6 weeks they got to put their baby in daycare because this man ain't holding his, he ain't holding up his he ain't doing his job, period.
Okay, we're gonna different subject. We're gonna stick with father-daughter relationship.
I'm just that's what to say about the 2 incomes, but we're gonna move on, right? So maybe he wasn't surrounded. Oh, I think that's talking about the dad that wasn't emotional. Maybe he wasn't surrounded by love coming up. Some stuff from childhood is carried into adulthood.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you see what I'm saying, Miss Evans? I've tried, and his response was that he has always taught that a man doesn't show emotion because it's a sign of weakness. Okay, I don't know. You show emotion to me.
Yeah, well, see, that's like I say, that's an old-fashioned way of thinking that he has embraced. But you, as a daughter, you have to try to get him to understand that there's nothing wrong with you showing emotion. I'm your daughter. You're supposed to show emotions to me and show me that you love me in different ways.
Right.
Understand me? So it's something that you have to bring to his attention, but then he has to embrace that and understand that and be willing to come out of that old way of thinking
so that
was taught him. So it's about communication. Maybe you can have some other men that's in your life sit down and talk with him if he's open for some dialogue, on that issue that maybe can help him out. If you want to tell him to give me a holler, shout at OG. You understand me? And I can maybe, if he's open to some dialogue, I can probably share with him the importance of him opening up to you, as his daughter.
Okay. Tanya says, I'm 38 and I'm my father's oldest child. Our relationship wasn't the strongest for years. Then I had kids and we got closer, and he calls and checks on me and his grandkids often. We are still working on our father-daughter relationship. Oh, congratulations. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And I think the good thing about that, like a lot of times when, like if your father's not there, when they do, or even a parent, like even a mom, when they do come around and they want to try to build that relationship, I think as children, we got to allow that space, and not be so angry because of what happened in the past. If they're trying, give them that opportunity to show their love, because everybody might make mistakes. Or don't ever, one thing I had to learn, it was my great auntie that told me this, because my dad, like you say, he was OG, was in the streets. He did a lot, he did a lot of wrong stuff to a lot of people. And one thing she told me when someone was saying something negative about my daddy, and I was like, what are they talking about? She was like, the best thing I can tell you is to tell them people is, I'm sorry that happened to you, but that's not my relationship or my experience with my father. But I apologize for him for whatever he did to you. So I think a lot of times you can't let other people experience what a person affect how your relationship goes with them, because that plays a big role in father daughter, mother daughter, whatever, or mother son, your children relationships, when you're worrying about what happened with other people. She says, I let my son know it's okay for him to show emotions. That's why some of these men be exploding, because they have no outlet. I think that's true. Because they do be feeling like, these dudes be like big teddy bears. They be want to be extra macho, but they be mushy, but they've been taught not to be that way, because that seemed like they, the word that they use. But everybody have emotions. We all cry. I remember the first time when I seen my husband cry. I had never seen him cry. And then when we lost our first baby, he cried. And I was like, okay, that's a real human being, because we all have feelings. We all have things that's going to make us emotional. And it's okay to cry. Don't make you weak. That just shows that you are human. Like I cry. Y'all seen me in the years cry on social media when, kids are getting shot in our community. Like, it does something to you, like your whole body like be tensed up. So I think it's important for us to let boys know that it's okay. Like my dad, no, my son is very loving. I allow him to show his emotions, and be loving and kissing, because it's important, because one day he's going to be someone's husband, and I don't want him to be that dude that's just, I go to work, I take care of my family, you good, you happy, and he don't, like, you the keyword you like say, you got to romance your woman. I want him to know how to romance his woman, make her feel good, make her know that he love her. But if he's taught to be so macho all the time, he ain't gonna want to do that. So you got to teach him how to love, his woman, love his kids, love his family, and tell him it's okay to be, sad sometime and cry, and just let your guard down.
Okay. I'm gonna save my comment for that when we deal with the mother-son relationship.
All right. What else, y'all? What else, y'all got a question, Daddy? The floor yours. I'm just moderating and I'm putting in my 2 cents.
Okay, let me see. Okay.
I think we answered all those. We talked about that.
Talked about those.
Yeah. So what did you want to talk about with this father-daughter relationship, and how to get into what it does to getting into an intimate relationship as you get older? How important it is.
Yes, it's very important for a father to be there. You see, a mother can raise her daughter to a certain level, but when it really comes to her being able to deal with men, she needs to have a father in her life, so he can give her some guidance also from a man's perspective, and what she should expect from a man and want from a man and demand from a man that's going to be in her life. So it's very important for the father to interact with his daughter when she's getting old and begin to want to get a little boyfriend and stuff. You don't understand, for him to be there, begin to talk to her on those issues also, just as well as the mother.
Okay, so what are okay? So like, if I wasn't, like when I was dating, like what was your expectations of a guy that I was dating before I was married? Like, what was your expectations of that guy when I decided, okay, I want to get me a little boyfriend? Like, what was your expectations to say, you know what, okay, I respect this dude, and I feel comfortable with him dating my daughter?
Well, you had to be a provider. You know how I am. If he ain't able to take care of my baby, then you don't need to be with him. You understand me? So that's the first thing you want to look for with your daughter, and talking with her as a father, far as her companion she gonna take on in life. That is he stable? Is he dependable? Is he gonna be your protector, your provider? Is he gonna be respectful to you, a gentleman? Like I tell all the dudes I talk to that my daughter got involved with, I let me talk to him, let him know, hey, that's my baby, don't put your hands on my baby, you know what I'm saying? Because I never beat my baby. You got a problem, just walk away or whatever. So it's very important.
Okay. Y'all got any more questions for Daddy O? I think this is his first segment. He wanted to do this little relationship thing, so we about to do it. This is first segment. It was really good. I think I liked it. We're gonna get a YouTube channel. P Mathis and Daddy. We're gonna be talking about everything relationship wise. He does have a Facebook group. Let me find it so y'all can get in the group where he gives relationship advice to the women in the community, and all around the Facebook platform. So he's definitely trying to build that. He just recently got home. Y'all know I always talk about my daddy, how my daddy been gone. No more JPay. We ain't got to worry about that no more. Is we good. So daddy is trying to do his relationship thing, and I think it's gonna be a hit. Like, cause he does have a lot of great information, a lot of wisdom, because a lot of things that I do came from my daddy. Like, to be honest, like I can't comment right there. Oh, why I can't comment right there? I don't know, but it ain't let me comment, y'all. I'm gonna comment in the group and on the page. Let me go to his page, but I'm gonna put his group on the comments. Here we go. Here we go. And then y'all can join the group, join his group.
That's a group.
Yep, that's your group there. Join his group, Keeping It Real with OG. He has another group. I think it's called Queens.
Yeah, I haven't started that one up
yet. Oh, he haven't started that one up yet, but he has another group called Queens. I have a group that's called Pure Relationship Goals. that I started. It was kind of inspired by my dad, where I just talk about, just relationship goals, things that you should, look for in a man, as well as what a man should be looking for in a woman. Because I know a lot of times I personally feel like when we be talking about all this relationship stuff, we kind of leave out the men, and men, they got feelings too, and they be feeling certain ways about things that be happening, with women too. So I think it's important that we don't forget the men point of view and how they feel about, what we should or shouldn't be doing. I'm about to put this um on there as well, so y'all can get into that group. I don't know why StreamYard don't want me to comment in StreamYard, so I had to go to the actual Facebook platform, and comment there. But the group's names are in the Facebook group on my daddy page. You can find him, Torrance Mathis. That's how you can find his page. But if you don't get it, I can always inbox it to you. Just put it under the video, and if you don't see it, we'll put it down there so you can get it. If y'all have any more questions for us, go ahead and ask them now. If not, we're going to get out of here, and we're going to do this again. We're going to get a more consistent schedule, but we got to get his YouTube set up so we can start streaming on YouTube as well. And we're going to just be talking about everything relationships, like talking about relationship goals and how to find the right mate. I think my main thing I want from this, I guess because I'm a woman, I don't want these women selling themselves short, because
don't sell yourself
it's some good men out here. You just might be looking in the wrong place, and then the man that you think that you want may not be the man that you need. So you want to also look at that, because some of these dudes be lying. They put on for the first 90 days, honey, and they turn into a whole different person. Yeah. And baby, you need to, like you tell me, it's time to make an exit plan. Come up with your exit plan. You better come up with your exit plan, because that just may not be the one, and that's okay. Just don't get caught up. Don't get caught up, because that's what we do. We get caught up a lot of times, and you always tell me, don't get caught up. Don't get out there, get pregnant. Stay focused. Watch yourself. Be careful. I know you're gonna be doing this. I know you're doing that, but protect yourself. So I think the biggest thing for us as women, especially y'all young women that ain't even got kids yet, protect yourself. There's so many things out here for you to protect yourself. So when you do want to make your exit, you ain't got to be worrying about kids that you didn't had with this dude that you don't know. So make sure you protect yourself when you laying down with him, because that baby going you, it don't go in them.
Yeah. Let me say one more thing before we close out on the comment that was made. I let my son know it's okay for him to show emotions. It was easier for me to show emotions because my mother, every day showed me love, and I loved on her, and I with my grandmothers and my aunts, they loved on me and I loved on them. So, but a lot of men, they didn't experience that growing up. Either true to say the mother was on drugs or whatever out there in the streets, so their mother wasn't there for them to love them and nurture them and put that aspect into their life to be a loving individual. Mm-hmm. So they don't know how to really open up and love another woman, because they wasn't loved by a woman growing up in their lives.
The first woman,
their mother. So they're alien to that. But me, I thank the Most High that my mother and the women that was in my life, they showed me mad love, and taught me, to be a loving person, So that may be the issue with some of the men and you women dealing with. They haven't experienced love in their own lives, so they don't know how to express true love to a woman.
Okay. All right, OG, you did good. Listen, he been trying to do this for a while, child. Y'all know I've been busy. I was like, okay, it's MLK Day. Let me get this camera up. Let's get it rocking and rolling. We just roll with it, y'all. This the first one. It's gonna get better. We're gonna get more organized. I promise y'all. Y'all know I like organization, so we're gonna work on the organization of this. We're gonna put him in this hot seat, and I'm gonna get over here. And I'm going to just control the little mic so that he can talk to the people and show him how to use the system. He'll learn how to use it, but this is recorded so he can go back and watch it. It is on his page, y'all. Please like his video, share it, tell the people to join his group. If you're looking to find love and making sure you find the right love, y'all come talk to the OG. That's where I got it from. That's how I got my goods. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all later. We love y'all. It's P. Mathis and Daddy. We're just talking to the people. That's all we doing. Happy MLK. Y'all be safe. Wear y'all mask. What else I want to tell the people? Oh, don't forget to file your taxes with me. It is tax season, okay?
Yeah, yeah. Listen, now, y'all support the queen. You feel me? Strong, independent black woman out there doing her thing, taxes, credit repair, other things going on. Y'all give a holler.
Yeah, we about to turn it up. We about to turn the city up. 2020 is the year of growth, y'all. I'm super excited. If you listening to this, y'all know I always tell y'all I am claiming 6 figures in all y'all life and more. You can do it if you put your mind to it. Faith without work is dead. You just got to get out there and do it. Thank you, Ebony. She said she loved this segment. I promise we're gonna bring more segments like this to you guys. I am busy. It's tax season, but we're gonna try to do it at least once a week. It probably gonna be on a weekend because I know people are usually working during the week. Right. So I try to do it like during the weekend, maybe like on a Sunday or something, where people can y'all can come in, grab y'all a nice little drink,
Corona or something or whatever, you're in.
And we're gonna talk. And I do want the men to come in because I think the men be scared to talk.
Yeah, man.
One thing I want to say,
man, you brothers, man, you know what I'm saying, got a lot of wisdom and been through things too, man. Y'all join the segment, man, and get a sister some advice on certain topic what we bring up. We want your input also, man. And I'm pretty sure that the queens want to hear from y'all also.
Yeah, I'm sure they do because y'all be being quiet. It's like when y'all get offended, y'all get quiet, but don't get offended. We just having clean, positive dialogue. This is not to bash anyone. This is actually to help our community bring the love back in our community because Black love, one love, it matters. And keeping our culture going because we deteriorating. Mm-hmm. So we need to bring our people back together. We want more love, more men in our homes, less in jail, less in the streets. We want our men, our kings, as we say in our house, we want our kings to be present and we want all the animosity to stop. So if you having, like Daddy said in the beginning, if you're a queen and you having issues with the father of your child, work that thing out for that kid because I once was that kid that was going through that whole battle of mama daddy issues and that crap ain't right. And like I always tell them, I tell my mom that crap don't feel good because y'all issues, I always tell them y'all issues ain't got nothing to do with me. So don't put me in that. Whatever y'all had going on, that's on y'all. Because at the end of the day, I got one mama and I got one daddy. And without them, there will be no me. So we got to make this thing work. We got to bring our families back together. We can't be having family reunions at funerals, bro.
That's right.
Like for real. Like I just realized in my 20s, I'm 20. Don't tell nobody.
Okay. 20.
I just realized in my 20s, like I was sitting in school with friends that we're good friends, but they were actually family members, and I didn't know that. And that kind of like that does bother me as an adult. Like those are my whole cousins. So we gotta do better. Bring the kids back, bring the family back, bring the love back. One love, y'all. I love y'all. That's what I say.
Yeah, respect, support, and love for all those in the struggle, man. Now that we stand, divided we fall, man. It's time to come together.
Peace. Sad.